to Meet Me in the Penthouse. I am Amy, along here with my sister Molly. We help high-achieving women increase their income, but most importantly, their impact. We are neighbors, sisters, and business partners. We have built 8-figure businesses together, traveled the world together, raised our children together, mentored thousands of men and women together, and it's all because we have a penthouse mindset. We aim for the top, and we show others how to empower themselves to peel back the layers and truly step into their greatness and calling. Welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. Welcome to Meet Me in the Penthouse. My name is Amy Mosser, and I'm here along with my sister Molly Croker. I'm sticking the microphone really close to my mouth.
A large white microphone out of nowhere, out of space. And I'm like, okay, I'm at her house all the time. I'm like, all right, when did that happen? Clearly somebody came and rigged that up for you.
It's a new addition.
I love it. It is very high tech. I mean, that's the thing with Amy. She does, and me for the most part, really don't ask questions, just order. If somebody says, you don't go look at the reviews. You're like, all right, I trust them. Boom, ordered. It's here the next day. So clearly that's what you did. Somebody recommended it. You bought it.
Yes. And we, just like you said, we just make decisions and do it, right? Somebody recommended it. I go on Amazon. I get it. I have cut myself off from ordering more books until I read them. I know you said that too.
Yes.
Like, every time I hear a title, I'm like, order. And I'm like, okay, I have got to read the ones that,
the pile of what I haven't read compared to the pile of what I read, sadly, is getting bigger. So I'm like, all right, you don't get to get a new one until you've read the one, which, by the way, what are you reading?
Well, right now I am reading A Course in Miracles still.
Oh, and yeah. That one's good.
I love that. And then I read just a real quick, The Prayer of Jabez. Like that is such a quick read, but I love it.
One. And I went and I reordered it because I gave it away to somebody and then I ordered the wrong thing. I got like the journal, which is great, The Prayer of Jabez. But I finally get to read The Mountain Is You, finally. And I'm super excited to read that, but I'm still reading You Too Can Be Prosperous because you can like read little chunks and The Secret of the Ages. Like I have different books in different places. So, it's always good that's not what we're going to talk about today, but it's always good to like bounce around that stuff and kind of see, what are we reading? What are you guys reading? We love to hear from you. So message us on social media or text us. You probably have our number and let us know, what are you reading?
Yes. And, as we were thinking about what we are going to talk about, we have heard so much really amazing feedback from you all. So thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your love. This is the reason we do it. We just want to be open and vulnerable. And, I think one of the things that I'm the most proud of, and Molly and I were talking about this, is Molly and I, we have results. We have actually done everything. We live the way that we encourage you, that we teach. We are living from the inside out. Like we are not just, smoke and mirrors. I mean, we are who we are. We have been in the top 1% or less of our careers for over 20 years, not for 6 months, not for 1 year, for over 20 years. And I think sometimes as women, I'm like, I think that's really important because I think there's a lot of, I don't know, what do we say, false prophets or,
Yes.
Right.
Well, and truly, sometimes I think we believe people on social media and we don't even know who they are. I'm like, really? I'm trusting this person on social media and I've never met her and not sure where she's filming her stuff. I mean, I would say we get real results. Truly.
We do. And like without a doubt, there's millions in the bank account. There's reviews. There's everything. We have
the proof.
We have the proof. And I am so, so proud of that. And one of the most important things, the proof that I am so proud of is this project. And we've talked about it, but I think as the time comes nearer and nearer, as this building, the AA building, the Alcoholics Anonymous building, is coming to fruition and it's becoming complete. All of the 6 figures worth of renovations are done. it makes me so emotional. And I know when you talk about it, Molly, there's tears in your voice,
Yeah.
and in your eyes and in your throat. And it has been one of the most incredible, after seeing my son healed and, my life change after a divorce. I know you've had miracles in your life too. This has been one of the most beautiful
Yeah.
miracles to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that my throat chakra is open, as we know from my hypnotherapy appointment this weekend, I might cry. Who knows? But I think it's so, I was just thinking about this. Like, how do we share the story? Do you do it in a reel? Do you do it, on social media? But right here in our podcast, like this is the best place to keep it forever and ever. And so I want to take you back to how this all started, because we knew Dad's 50th year of sobriety was coming up. We honestly thought, how can we even honor our dad? Like, what can we do? What would be a great way? Yes, he's still living. He just turned 85 in November. While they were out following Nebraska volleyball, because they're huge fans, at the USC and UCLA games, he turned 85. But
which, by the way, our mother, who is just wild and fun and crazy, got in trouble by security for just having too much fun. She got told to calm down. My dad called her the belle of the ball, what she is. She always makes ESPN and all the TV networks.
This is true. That could be a whole nother, honestly.
Right.
Just her stories alone. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun at Thanksgiving, because she had a captive audience of 25 people, and we all love her stories. We're all like, okay, pipe down, here it comes. But with Dad's thing, and I have to give Amy credit, because as we came into this, we're like, okay, what can we do? And remember what we thought first, Amy? It was when you had that house for sale in Waterloo.
Yeah. I had a house listed, and this beautiful client of mine adopted. They had 4 kids of their own, and they adopted 8 others. And so they had built this home to accommodate all of these children, and who they adopted. And so it was almost like a group home, because they had lots of bathrooms, lots of bedrooms. And it was the biggest home in this tiny little town. And I was like, all right, God, it was such it was a lofty goal, right? But I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this sold. I'm going to get this sold. And that was one of the things I said to Molly, let's go look at it. It was one of our sorority sisters. So I brought Molly to the house and said, do you think we could do a group home here, like a halfway house to honor Dad? And so we explored that option and realized there were lots of red flags. There was too much to do with the city and the state and all of the licenses and all of that. But it started.
And we did think it was cool, just because my dad had been president of a halfway house for all of our life. I mean, he started and was on the board until recently. So it seemed like a great idea until, like, oh my goodness, like to employ someone to live there, all the things. And then of course, all the city and state ordinances. And then next we looked at a capital campaign in Lincoln, but they didn't follow a 12-step program. So we looked at like becoming a big part of that campaign, and it was great. It is a great program. It's awesome, but just not where our heart landed. And then Amy came up with the idea, honestly, of it's called the Alano House in Grand Island.
And it's where Dad walked through the doors 50 years ago. That they were right at the time where he chose to sober up, and he went to a meeting. He quit cold turkey. He didn't go through treatment. He decided one day to start going to AA meetings every single day to get himself a sponsor. And so I said to Molly, what about fixing up? I mean, golly, what is it? 900 square feet. And then it's a very tiny building. And honestly, most people would have said, why are you even, there were times where we were like, it's just better off to bulldoze it because it's so much work. But honestly, it is the 6 men that started that Alano House over 50 years ago. I think it's about 60 years old. They've all passed away. It's in a trust. So we decided, okay, that's what we're going to do. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to remodel it. We're going to redo it. I think our husband, make it handicap accessible.
Yes. Like a couple $1,000s probably is probably what I led them to believe. We showed up at a meeting. And I love, growing up in Grand Island, it's only a town of 50,000 people. So it's easy to find people. We found the right people to get in touch with, had a meeting with them, and just said, here's our vision. And they were so thrilled with the idea. And do you want to kind of share that first meeting? Because it was kind of funny, like
Oh
how
my
it all
gosh.
rolled out.
Yeah. So we said, what exactly do you think would need to be done? And so they had done a lot of due diligence before we met, and they had this extensive list. It was,
Yes.
let's say, more than 200 or more than $2,000, like, initially. So they had, new concrete to take every new HVAC system, new roof, new siding, handicap accessible, new parking lot, right? You can hear the dollar signs adding up. And so as they told us this, Molly and I were shaking our heads, and we're like, we didn't know where that money was coming from. And
No,
so
no, nothing at all. And they slid the number kind of across to us, and we were like, okay, this is more than a couple thousand. It was six figures, but we were like, we're in, we're doing this. Like, and it was emotional.
and they said, yes, they're like, they said, can you make this happen? And we're like, yes, yep, it is
Yeah.
done. And they're like, and we're like, yes, it is done. That is the thing.
Yeah.
We did not know that it was done. We saw it as done.
There was
We
no
saw
proof.
the
No,
A house. We didn't have the money in our account at that point.
we
But we
didn't.
said,
Yeah.
proceed, do it, step out in
And
faith.
And honestly, here's the cool thing is they did not know us other than we are Bob's daughters. Like, we didn't take our dad to that meeting. We just went to them. In fact, he didn't even know that that's what we were doing. And so we met with them and we were all in, right? Like, all in. Did we call our husbands? No. Did we call our bankers? No. I did call my best friend who's an accountant, and I'm like, how are we going to swing this? Because you guys, it wasn't at that time. It wasn't a 501(c). And so worked with our financial planner. Like, it was just so cool the way it all unfolded because, it was like, it's go time. We're all in. They were in and we were in, but honestly, it was a 10-minute, maybe 20-minute meeting
Yeah.
of where it was full faith. And we talk about this all the time, but they didn't say, well, could we have some evidence? They didn't say, can you give us oh my gosh, why can't I think of what that is? An earnest deposit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have a deposit that you can give us? And we said it is done. They trusted us because they knew we were women of faith. They knew from my dad, right? He did everything he said he was going to do. He did every single time. And they knew that that's the way we were. And so when we said, yes, it is done, they moved forward, hiring contractors, doing all of the things, right?
You guys, there was no money. None. None.
Yes. Here's the incredible thing, Molly. Tell them about how all of the miracles rolled in.
Oh my gosh, I know. This is so cool. So the first miracle is I was in Maui and I got a phone call and the original total got increased. It increased by $100,000. And the way that they started the conversation was, Molly, we totally understand. If you and Amy want to back out now, it's okay. And I was like, wait. No, we're not. Because at this point then, right, they know like, oh boy, it needs an entire HVAC system, which was really expensive. It needs, I mean, not just some things that we thought, it was a lot. That there was a massive crack in the upstairs.
Renovation.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like this beam that they needed to put in was significant and it was so expensive. So I said, no, we are all in. And here I am in Maui, not with my sister, didn't ask her. I just was like, we're all in. We are 100% game. And so second miracle is when you're a part of AA, there is a certain amount that you can give. So yes, we thought, wouldn't it be ideal? We could go to 10 different people and get that amount, because not having it as a tax write-off, we just thought it doesn't matter. We will take this on. Amy and I will. We will take this on and it's going to be great. Like, it is okay. We'll figure it out. We weren't scared. We weren't nervous. We just knew it would work out. In the first meeting, one meeting, they had $125,000 come in that was in that first meeting. Like one meeting.
They rounded up people and who said, I own an electric company. I will do the electrical for you. I own a drywall company. I own a roofing company. I own a concrete company. I know how to dry. I know how to, whatever, demo. I know how to. So they ended up coming up with
Collectively. Yes.
that much in one setting from all of the men
In
that
an
were
hour.
involved in the program. That's
Yeah.
what happened when they said, this is what we're going to do. And people said, oh my gosh, I'll donate my time. I'll donate my the supplies. I'll donate, or I'll give it to you for a discount or whatever. So yes, all of a sudden it was absolutely amazing. And
Yeah.
probably my favorite thing too is what has happened is these men have all, because a lot of them, this initial group of 6, I'm staring at the picture now on my desk. They are all retired. They're all recently retired or retired. And so it has brought them back to purpose. So every Wednesday, it initially started out, that's when they would come together, do the demo, start doing the remodel. And as we pass Thanksgiving, this weekend, it looks like a church. It's just this darling little.
It's an old church. Yeah. It was an old church long
so
ago.
the church was full of workers who were donating their time, who were spending it at at the AA house instead of, with family or whatnot, because that is family after all these years, right?
Yeah. The day before Thanksgiving. I mean, it was magical to see how many men were in and out. Yes, there are women there, but how many men are in and out of there? There were men that are in a group home that were helping. There were, I love one of the original 6, the OG 6. He said to me, we've never even had a disagreement, Molly, not once. And I said, your wives are all going to be like, what are you doing around now that this is finished? And so the things that they have found up in the attic of that old church, they've restored the lamps that were there. My dad has actually restored 4 of the original chairs that'll be in the AA house, and they're like beautifully done. So we get to take those back again on a Wednesday, because that's when they're always meeting. And it's so much fun because they all go to lunch. I mean, they are having a ball doing this. And one of them
they're
said,
writing a book. One of them is writing a book,
yeah,
right? Making a book. I mean, these men are like dreaming again. They have found this joy that maybe, and this purpose that maybe they had lost, that had been laying dormant, right? That had, like so many of us, right?
Yeah.
That
said
they're
all somedayers. He said, alcoholics are famous for being someday when I get sober, someday when I get sober. He said, we bought the property adjacent to the Alano house. And we kept saying, someday we'll pour a parking lot. Someday we'll pour a parking lot. And now not only is that parking lot poured this week, but it's now handicap accessible. So you can get in. There's actually a button that opens the door. There's handicap accessible bathrooms upstairs, downstairs. Like,
keep in mind, they were lifting people in wheelchairs. Men would come out and carry people up in their wheelchairs as a group effort for all these years.
For 50 years.
For 50 years. They would, and now these people can get in and they can use the restroom there, because it's accessible. I mean, like, just these small things that,
and like an adjacent kitchen for birthdays, because you celebrate. And that's what my dad was he just didn't want it to be a big deal about him. We're like 50 years, like who do you even know? And there aren't a whole lot. There are some, there definitely are some. But the cool thing is it's all about the lives that he's changed, that has come through that door. His life is forever changed. And he didn't know, like Amy said, if you go back and listen to the podcast we did with my dad, he honestly thought when he went to an AA meeting, he went to save his marriage, number one, because my parents were separated. But when he saw those 12 laws written, or the 12 steps, written, he thought, oh, I'll follow these steps so I can drink socially. I mean, he had no idea what he was even saying yes to, but that's the beauty of this. Neither did Amy and I. Neither did we when we showed up to, I think we probably thought, oh, we'll just get some new coffee pots and get some new furniture in there, not having a clue it was going to be a 6-figure, yes, we're all in. It's okay. It's not a tax write-off. it's okay that, there's no way to even, our accountant thought we were absolutely bananas. Like, what the heck are you girls doing? That's absolutely insane. But it's that knowing. It's that knowing that you're like, you know what? The money's going to arrive. And it does. And it has, with one meeting. And the other part is with one ask. And that's it. That's it. And that is having full faith of like, I know that it's coming. I don't see it today, but I know it's coming. And I'm just going to, it's a full body. Yes, I'm all in. And that's, you guys, that's what having faith is. It's like, you don't see it, but it's a knowingness. You're like, I'm all in. I'm doing this.
The other thing that is so important, and we tell you this, but who are you surrounding yourself with? You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. And if you are not surrounded, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get into a different room. You need to surround yourself with somebody who will say, of course this can be done. Absolutely, this can be done. That's why Molly and I, because we were raised by a woman, mom that's like, of course this can be done. I mean, who knew no limits? And so people love to be with us. We honestly have to guard and set some boundaries. I set a little bit better ones than Molly. But like, you have to guard your energy. You have to guard because we just walk in the absolute knowing without a doubt. And that is who you need to surround yourself with. And because these miracles like this, we experience these happen in our life every day. I mean, constantly, because we expect them. Mm-hmm. We're not surprised by them. We want to share it with you. But honestly, stuff like this happens to us nearly every day. Nearly every day, because we live in expectation and because we are surrounding ourselves constantly with people that we can call and have one ask and get a 6-figure donation. Those are the people that we are in touch with. Somebody we haven't talked to in years, but who God's, when I was talking to my dad, he's like, why don't you call this so-and-so? That's how our life is. Because we choose, we will not live in chaos. We will not live in negativity. We will not live in scarcity. We will only live in abundance. We only speak good thoughts, truly. I mean, if there's something, of course, something will creep in, but let me tell you, it is a creep. Yeah. It is, we can change our thoughts, our minds, or any sort of negative thing that may slip off the tongue. We can change it because we are so aware of what our words and our mind and our thoughts produce in our life.
Yeah. And you look at, and I know Amy's looking at this picture and I am as well, of these 6 men and standing in the remodeling process alone. And times like that, when you would see it, you'd be like, is it worth it? Is it, and it's like in a split second, you're like, absolutely. Do I need to drive the 2 hours back to remind them how incredible they are? Do I need to do the 2-hour drive to take them to lunch and let them know how loved they are? Do I need, absolutely. You would just keep looking at that picture. And that's also why I always play Jelly Roll Winning Streak, because if you listen to those words in that song, that's the song that gets me emotional. Cause I think, isn't that the truth? I mean, sitting in an old church basement, sweating, wishing I was wasted. Never thought I'd say this. Those words, I will hear those words. It gets me emotionally connected to the goal. And all of a sudden it's easy to pick up the phone and ask. All of a sudden it's easy to write another thank you note for the good that has come. These are people that are donating that aren't even, maybe they're not even in the program, but I love it when the carpet, the guy that did the carpet said, you know what? I have guys in the program. I'm going to give it to you.
Work at his shop. Yeah. Work at his carpet store.
He's like, no, I have guys in the program. And then there's people donating that aren't even connected to the program. You guys, that's how powerful this is. But it's because Amy and I believed we've got something big that our dad is a part of, and that there will be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families that are forever changed because, and this is where I do get emotional, because our family is forever changed from where we were. I promise you, we would not be this successful if we didn't have this story And I'm so proud of our dad because it's not like he grew up with incredible parents at all. In fact, I didn't even really like his mom, to be quite honest. She was mean,
She was mean to him.
so
Yeah.
mean. And so I just am like, oh my gosh, I look at all the decisions to stop drinking in your 30s when you've got little ones and life is hard and all that. And he made a decision after making some bad decisions. Honestly, his sobriety came after a white collar crime. And so I think that had our family not experienced that, would we have been as driven to this goal? And I'm just so grateful for the hard and the lessons that we've learned because, oh my gosh, the hundreds of families for the next 100 years, thousands of families for the next 100 years that are going to have their lives changed because their mom or their dad or their son or their brother or their friend walks through those doors of the Llano house and decides to get sober for one more day, right? And so that's what is so amazing about this story and the people. And these men have truly become like, I thought a few of them might show up for Thanksgiving. I mean, they've become like family to us. They really have. And I look at just the parts that we weren't even expecting, like these friendships, the going back, just the staying in touch, seeing the progress, hearing the stories, and hearing their stories of sobriety and how they came to sobriety has just been such a massive gift in all of this.
Yes. So that was, as we were talking about our podcast, that is what we really wanted to share with you is I love to share the miracles. I love to share, this is stuff that happens to us every day, but it started with the decision. We did not know the how. We stepped out in faith. We said, yes, it is done. Yes. Could we have taken money out of our, 401ks to fund this and whatever?
Yes. 100%.
Certainly. But when we said yes, we didn't know the how, and God provided. And in return, we have changed hundreds of lives, and it hasn't even like they haven't even walked through the doors of it yet.
Yeah, because December 20th. I know a lot of you are like, okay, when is it? December 20th. December 20th.
Yes.
And I fully expect Jelly Roll to roll in because we do have an airport. So I'm so excited to have him singing there. And it has been a massive gift. And I think, if you want to be a part of this movement, if you want to be a part of our energy, if you want to be in our presence and have incredible things happen in your life, it will teach you how. That's what our program, A View from the Top, is all about. So come hear us live in person on January 25th. If you're able to fly in, if you're able to drive in, but January 25th in the afternoon at the Apiary in Omaha, Nebraska. It's going to be amazing. We'll have some great women sharing what they've learned coaching with us. And who knows, we just might have our mom and dad pop in for a little guest appearance because we know so many of you want to meet them and they're truly worthy of being met. They are so much, you'll see where we get our energy from, but
we'll
we
encourage them to wear We'll encourage them to wear their hearing aids.
Yes. Hearing aids are not optional for this one. So, but honestly, you will love meeting them. And so come join us there. If you're dialing in, if you listen from across the oceans or wherever you're listening in, we will have a masterclass then that Monday on January 26th. For all of you that don't get to be there live, we'll just do a recap. We'll do exactly what we did live in person for all of you so that you can join us with our 12-week signature program that starts in February. So join our wait list, www.sistersnextdoor.com, and leave us a 5-star review as always on Apple, and share this with people that you know and appreciate and love and adore. And we hope that you found so much value in the podcast today about our dad. It's been an incredible journey, and follow along as we reveal the finished product December 20th. Thanks, everybody. We love you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we'd love to have you join our waitlist for our class, A View from the Top. There are going to be incredible women who are making incredible, decisive, clear decisions. The energy is fabulous. The view from the top is fabulous. And there's room for you at the top. Go to sistersnextdoor.com and join our waitlist.